Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rise of the Podcast. I am Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I am the one they call Brownie.
And welcome to half of a well-lit studio. No, just kidding. We got some new lights this week, and you can see it behind me. I have a antenna here. No, but
It's an improvement.
Chris was like, let's light this thing up. What do you think? And I was all for it. And the lights that showed up are super, super cool.
So I was wrong when I was talking about the price for the single pack didn't go up. The price for the double one went down like $15 during the Black Friday thing.
Is that what you got it for then?
Yeah. So basically, they ostensibly were like buy one get one.
Got it.
Solid.
So what we had talked about is Chris was like wanted to pull the trigger on like Tuesday before Black Friday. And I was like, well, it's so close. You might as well just wait until Black Friday before you pull the trigger. And then he calls me up. He's like, they went up. But they went down.
Yeah, I thought that the expensive one had stayed expensive and the cheaper ones went up, but
Yeah.
it's the other way around.
So this one here, we got this one run right in some nice conduit with like a little softener to make it soft. We routed it up the back of the chair. We plugged in another one and routed it around the back of the couch. We got all this awesome, cool new light.
Yeah, I've got this nice like halo behind me. This nice
Yeah,
aura.
so you can see what it looks like when it's off. It's like, how did we ever live with such a dimly lit set?
I have no idea. That's so
oh wow,
much
like
better.
yeah. Even the tiny little monitor we got up there, it's like whoop.
So much
Nice
better.
little-
Or it's like, oh, Jeremy's in Sith mode now.
Ooh, dun, 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 dun. So, all right. We are a Star Wars podcast. So I have a fun Star Wars story, and then I have a couple like work stories, and let's just have a little bit of a story time to welcome everybody in to the
And now
close
story
to
time
Christmas.
with Rise of the Podcast.
Story time with Prowse the podcast. So one funny video we saw on the internet was this week was this little girl, and she was at Hollywood Studios, and she got to meet Vader. And Vader comes out, and he always does the "Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy." And they have this guy kind of dressed up as Mace Windu, and he's got like this probably 8-year-old girl. And she looks up at Vader, and she looks up at Mace, and the guy Mace goes, "All right, grab this lightsaber," and it's like one of the ones he goes, whoosh, and it comes out, and he's like, "You can fight Vader," and she's like, "I don't want to," and he's like, "Well, that's okay, you don't have to. What do you want to do?" And she looks up at him, and then she gets down, and she like kneels and does the like salute, like almost like he's a king to Vader, and the guy's like, pop back up or whatever, and so she wanted to join Vader. She wanted to rule the galaxy.
She heard they have cookies.
Yeah, and so then it was really cute. As he walked her off stage, he's like, "Well, I guess we got to take this one to the Sith Temple because she's gonna rule the galaxy there." But as you can tell, Kara is with child,
I'm still pregnant.
and
That's what it is.
I know.
it's gonna be any day now that the baby's here. So her work, that angle looks awesome. Her work threw a party for her, a little baby shower, but because of Walmart. They couldn't actually have it. So everybody who wanted to get her a present just like left it at the reception desk, and at the end of the day they handed them to her, but they also wanted us to have dinner. And we can't eat at restaurants right now. So they thought, well, maybe they'll order food into the clinic, and then Kara can eat it there. Kara and I can eat a nice dinner and then go home. So I didn't know that the plans had changed. So as I pull up in the parking lot, I get a notification on my phone that there's someone at the door, and it's like a Uber Eats or a Food Dudes delivery driver, DoorDash, any one of them.
Well, Luce's actually delivers.
Do they?
Yeah, that's not Food Dudes or DoorDash. That's an actual delivery guy.
I didn't realize that Luce delivered.
Yeah, Luce's delivers.
Huh.
100%.
Not to me.
So,
Well, I mean, you are over in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
so
Whatever.
Chris and I had just been talking about the fact that he had some trouble at work, and it was about email attachments, and somebody didn't attach something to his email, and so the person automatically just assumed that who sent the email that no, they can't possibly be wrong, and Chris must be wrong, instead of just double checking. So we just got done talking about this, and what do? Anxiety just hits me like a flood, and I'm like, okay, this person who I don't know who they are, they're at the front door, what are they doing? They have food. Who asked for this? They've clearly got the wrong address, and more importantly, somebody is not getting their food. And I'm like, you're at the wrong house. This is my address, and then
515 Fake Street.
yeah, 515 Fake Street, and he's like, yeah, that's why I'm here. That's the address that I have. I was like, well, I didn't order any food. So he first starts off, he's like, well, I'll just take it back then.
Just straight up sad.
So
right
he like puts his hand in the box and he's like, are you sure someone didn't order it for you? And then it dawned on me that they, instead of having it at her work, they just sent it to our house instead. So I'm sitting there, I call Kara, I'm like, real nice of you to let me know that they changed the plans.
I swear I told him. I swear I did. But you know how husbands are.
Yeah.
Tiffany doesn't even want to break any laws with animals, and here I just scared this poor delivery driver half to death by yelling at him.
I'm never going to deliver to that house ever again.
Yep.
Well, how often do you guys order Luce then?
Very rarely. I like Luce
I
a
think
lot.
since Walmart started, we've probably had it like maybe 3 times.
Twice.
Are you sure it's only twice? I'm pretty sure it's been more than twice.
Maybe. I don't know.
I love Luce's. Pizza Luce is so good.
Then Kara ordered a boozy drink, or a boozy dessert.
I ordered tiramisu. Okay? Typically that's, I guess traditionally it's got alcohol in it, but when you order from most restaurants, it's like soaked in coffee instead. It's not, they keep the booze out of it. They didn't.
Authentic tiramisu at Luce.
Yeah, so you opened the container and it was just like, whoosh, just booze. I was like, oh my gosh. So Jeremy got to eat the whole thing.
Well, I even called.
What a shame.
Because, a lot of times booze will cook off. And then the guy said, well, we soak it in rum or brandy, one of the two. Booze.
Dark rum.
Dark rum. And then we, put it in there. So he's like, it probably didn't bake off all that much. So that was kind of a bummer.
The cheesecake we got was amazing, though.
That was really good.
You guys got 2 desserts?
Well, here's the dumb thing. She wanted to do splitsies, so we started, unfortunately, with the cheesecake, and we each ate half. Then we went to the tiramisu.
Well, I was looking forward to the tiramisu. I love tiramisu.
And then she looks at me and she's like, well, if I would have known it was soaked in booze, I would have just taken the whole cheesecake then, and then you could have had the whole tiramisu.
I'm one of those types of people that, you
save the best for last.
You save the best for last. Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm going to say the tiramisu.
So what if you have a second husband someday?
Yeah. The better husband.
You just better be a good husband from the get-go.
So I had to work this weekend, which is like, it's not fun. I hate working weekends, but it is whatever. But so I was sitting there and I'm getting the end. One of my coworkers is switching jobs, so we're all reminiscing and having a good time. And he told me a really funny story today that the last time he switched jobs, he used to work at like Gander Mountain. It's an outdoor camping store.
Doesn't exist anymore. It's Gander Outdoors now.
Yeah, and Camping World has even bought them now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm even one behind.
It's Camping World now.
What a dumb name for a store. Gander Outdoors is way better.
I know.
Come on down to Camping
And Gander Mountain was probably the coolest, like Duck Mountain.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so he was said that he loved it there and that the crew there was really close together. And he said that there was one woman who, no kidding, grew a full beard. Like she had mustache, full beard, and she was super self-conscious about it, but no one held it against her. And so they were sitting there one day and they all kind of got together or had a little meetup, and they're sitting there hanging around, and one of the people at the table goes, do you guys remember the one girl that had the full beard? And she was sitting right next to Kyle.
Oh my
gosh. No.
And so everybody was like, no, I don't remember anybody with any beard. And then
oh my gosh.
She mean mugs him and she's like, yeah, that
was she like,
she's like, that's me. That was me. And the guy's like,
of course I remember her. She's me.
She's me. And so, yeah, she just kind of mean mugged him. But talk about foot and mouth. I was like, it would suck.
I'm trying to think, because that's a classic example of I shouldn't have said anything.
Yes.
Right? Can you think of any examples from your lives where you're like, oh my gosh, if I would have just not said anything?
Well, yeah. I already know one of them, but I probably shouldn't say it again. I said it the first time and got in trouble. I don't need to say it again.
Which one, Jeremy?
I can't say it.
Is it about Kara?
No. It's about your sister. I'm pretty sure it was about your sister. I've said it about I don't even want to say it, and I am not saying it again.
Okay, don't say it then.
I can tell you afterwards.
Okay.
You can find out if you join our Patreon.
Yeah.
Right. The Patreon that still probably isn't there.
Yeah, the Patreon that's never going to be finished. Well, can you think of one that you can share? Because I honestly can't really. Brad says, which one, Jeremy?
Should I just say it?
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know.
like,
Is
This
it
was
mean?
yeah, but I didn't mean it intentionally. So, all right. Remember, this was many years ago, and I didn't mean it to come out like this. So at the time you're dating somebody else, you would find them attractive, right?
are you calling my sister ugly?
So Gwen had said something. I really hope it was Gwen and not somebody else. But she said, "Oh, do I look nice today or whatever?" And I don't know why I said this, but I said, "Well, your face makes up for the rest of you."
Oh,
Jeremy!
no.
Oh my gosh!
But I meant it like your face is like amazing, and the rest of you doesn't compare to the prettiness of your face. But what came out was your
Yeah.
face makes up for the rest of you.
That's tough.
That is
That's whoop.
That
Yep.
is like it's like in a way like Home Improvement-esque when Tim like contorts Wilson's
yes,
advice.
yes.
So it's like you had what you wanted to say here, and then right here is like nope.
Yep, it just didn't translate well to actuality, which was such a bummer. I feel bad for saying that. And then I'm not gonna say any. I mean, I definitely. Do we want to go down this road? I have another one, but
if Kara has one, she go to Kara.
I was gonna say mine wasn't to the person's face. I said something and then realized that they were around the corner.
Oh.
And so at work, we have a dentist that is known to be quite slow when it comes to coming into rooms for exams and whatnot. And this said dentist was busy with another patient, and I was like, well, I went down, I got them, and they're like, it's going to be a while, just so you know. And I was like, well, okay. And I waited a little bit, and I was about ready to go and get one of the other doctors, but while I waited, I waited kind of in the sterile area with another one of the people. And I was like, oh, man, I should just go and get this other dentist because they're going to be a lot faster than this other person. And the doctor comes walking around the corner, and he's like, I'm right here, Kara. I was like,
Oh.
it was
That's
cringy.
a gut punch.
It was. It's like, this is my boss, one of my bosses is just like, dang it.
that's really dang cringy.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, but true.
I have another one that would maybe change the rating of the podcast, and I'm half tempted to have you mute the mics just for a second so I can run it by you guys, but it is an epic story.
All right, so hold on to that just for a second, because the only one that I can think of,
Okay.
I try as hard as I can to like to the point like if I'm gonna talk smack about somebody, I like triple check my phone, make sure that's not accidentally on a phone call.
Yes.
Like I am paranoid.
Or if you
about
text someone,
this.
you double check to make sure you're texting the right person.
And I don't normally talk a lot of smack unless it's somebody that deserves it anyway.
Oh, you should hear what
or I
Jeremy
don't
says
care if
about
they
you.
find
No.
out. But my story is about Jeremy.
Oh, dang.
And I wonder if you remember this one or not, because we were not friends for a while because of this.
Dang.
Wait, Jeremy didn't talk to you for a while, or you didn't talk to
we were living together and we didn't talk to each other for like 3 months.
Holy mother.
So again, different girlfriend that you had at the time.
Which one?
I don't know, the one that got the Mazda that I had.
Oh, yeah.
Who was
Yeah.
it?
I forget what her
I'll
name
tell you
is.
later. I forgot to.
Jenna?
No.
Crystal?
No.
But so it was one of those things like Jeremy was out of town for some reason, and then his girlfriend who was out of town for the weekend. Right? And I was like, cool, house myself, whatever. I go to take a shower. There's not a single drop of any type of soap of any type in this freaking shower. Right? And Jeremy's already been gone. I think he was on like a 2-week deployment type of thing or something. Like he was gone for a while, and he had already been gone for a while.
Yeah.
And so I call him and was like, hey, do you have any idea what happened to like the soap in the shower? There's no body wash, there's nothing in the shower. I'm dripping wet and super angry because I have no way to get clean now.
Right.
And I'm sure that you were right in the middle of doing something or whatever, and obviously there's no way that you could have done anything about this because you'd already been gone.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and you're like, call so and so, here's it, because I didn't even have her phone number at the time.
Yeah.
It's like she might have, whatever. And I remember explicitly thinking, because I was dripping wet and I'm trying to hang up the phone, and I said something. I was like, to the effect of, it's ridiculous that somebody can't, I don't remember exactly how I worded it, but you heard me say it. So imagine like you're holding your phone,
Yeah.
like I'm trying to like hang up or whatever, and my hands went and I can't get it to hang up, and I'm like muttering under my breath. It's like basically like called you a tool, and it's like this is absolutely freaking ridiculous. And it obviously had nothing to do with it, and it really pissed you off.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and then I called her, and she thought that all the soap in the bathroom was yours, and she didn't have any for wherever she was going, so she just took everything.
Jeez.
And I was like, who does that?
I have no idea.
But then because of the you knew that I wasn't intending for you to hear what I said,
Right.
or whatever, like it set you off. And we didn't talk forever, and I was like, look, we need to get past this.
Well, for
That's
what
like-
it's worth, I don't remember that really that well with a lot of vivid detail. So it didn't really stick with me. So that's good.
Yeah, well, because like eventually I was like, look, it's about freaking soap. It's like I was mad and wet and
Right.
angry and dirty and no solutions.
Right.
Or whatever.
Well, now I know why you're paranoid about that exact scenario.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
But yeah, who would just take all the soap and like
Weirdo.
I have
Everything.
my own
Yeah.
soap, shampoo, conditioner. I don't use Jeremy's stuff. He doesn't use better not use my stuff.
If I recall correct, it was like because most girls have like their specific stuff, for like
Yeah.
making sure that
Right.
the hair is right and everything.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know why she would use your stuff.
Right.
But like fine, but it's like there's clearly like 2 sets of stuff at minimum in the shower.
Right, right.
And 100% of it was gone.
We got a couple comments, I think. And then I've got to tell this one, even though it's going to change the rating of the podcast.
I really want to know which girlfriend this is.
What were the comments?
Brad said, Kara looks like she's hiding the Death Star.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh, yeah, right?
It is like any day now.
Literally any day.
And then he said, look at Kara's toes point up when she starts naming Jeremy's exes.
Because of all the tense rage there.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I think all I know about is Crystal, Jenna, and Gwen. And then you kind of dated Luke's sister.
I didn't know. I went on a
No,
date with her,
you
and
went on a
then,
date
yeah,
with
that never
her.
went anywhere. But, all right. To get this one.
Hello, Gabe.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Gabe.
Gabe.
You came in just the right time because this is going to be the most inappropriate story.
I just like, again, people make mistakes, and this isn't all innocence.
Oh, yeah. So
So-
the topic that we're talking about is putting your foot in your mouth.
Putting your foot in your mouth. Like, you should not have said something.
Yeah.
So I have a story that I can't talk about either. But I had heard a term, and I did not know what the term meant. I had no idea what the term meant. And I had yelled it out in public, and then somebody corrected me. But that's not the story that I want to tell. One of my friends had heard the term carpet and drapes matching each other.
Okay. Yeah. That's a pretty
Oh my
common
gosh.
term.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I even know what
That's
that
very
means.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
And so he thought it was a blonde joke reference. So the classic thing
Oh,
was
okay.
that blondes are not smart. And it's a joke, okay?
Yeah, I
Blondes are
take
smart.
offense to that.
You know, it's right. So he was in high school, and they had a brand new girl come in. She was blonde, and she made a error in front of everybody, like while she was introducing herself, like, "Hello, class. This is so and so. She's new here. She's from so and so." So she made this big mistake, and he yells out in front of the whole entire class, "Well, the carpets must match the drapes."
Oh my gosh.
And the teacher's like, "Detention now!" or whatever. And it's
Oh
like
my
principal's
gosh.
office. So he had to sit with like the principal, the counselor, the nurse, and they all drilled him. "Why did you say that?" And he goes,
Gosh.
"It means, that I thought she had a stupid moment." And they're like, "That's not what it means. What are you trying to pull? Like, blah, blah, blah. Why would you do that? You're not talking yourself out of this one."
my
He said he
gosh.
was there for like an hour talking to him before he can finally convince him it was truly an innocent mistake.
my
And I think the
gosh.
teachers like side-eyed him the rest of the time there. But it's
That's
like,
so funny.
could you imagine just yelling that out in the middle of like,
Well,
like
and the fact that
publicly?
the fact that it was his version of a blonde joke and him not realizing what it actually meant, that made him look stupid. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right? It's the epitome of
Yeah.
What he basically did was whatever faux pas this
She
poor girl
made?
made, 100% in the clear. No one's ever going to remember whatever it was. But she remembers,
everybody will
remember
remember
old
that.
Joe and the carpet
Right?
and drapes?
Yeah, he had to yell that out. So that is like an
Oh
instant
my
foot in mouth moment.
gosh.
Instant foot in
that's
the mouth.
so funny.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Because I
man.
can't really remember any other ones. Like I said, like
Yeah.
for myself, like I try to not like talk, but like probably Scott is the person I talk the most crap about. Um, and he just deals with it. Like, I don't care if he
Yeah.
hears about it because like I give him a hard time anyway.
Everybody watching this name Scott is like, wait, what? Why,
Yeah.
why is Chris talking about
No,
this?
there's a
Why?
particular Scott, and he 90% of it's me just kidding around, but 10% of it's like legitimate.
Right. Oh man.
But yeah,
foot
just
and mouth.
I never want to be in a scenario again where somebody catches me talking crap about somebody.
Oh yeah. It's embarrassing. You know?
Unless it's to the point where like me and somebody like it happens at work all the time when you guys are venting about like a coworker that you're not particularly fond of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, if I'm in a work environment, unless I know 100% that there's no chance that anybody can hear me, I'm like, well, yeah, but they're okay. You know, like I'll be like. Sound like I'm agreeing with them to them, but also sound like, well, maybe this isn't the right whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, totally, that person sucks.
No, I mean, I did actually almost even have one the other day, but it wasn't even anything bad. That one wasn't bad or anything, but it was like if you didn't know the context of the conversation, it kind of could be interpreted by such. But my boss went to lunch, and then he was coming back, and we knew he had to stop, and he actually went and got a COVID test, and it was negative. So but he just was getting one because he was going to go see family, and so he wanted to make sure he was good to go. And so he went, and it was like 12:30 rolled around, and 1 o'clock, and he still wasn't back yet. I literally just yelled out, "Where the heck is Brett?" And he walked in the door, and he's like, "I'm right here." And it was like exactly the same thing, but he was gone the entire time. You know, and it was like noon. We're like, oh, I wonder where he is. You know, and then it kind of like amps up slowly, like 12:30, still not back yet. Hey, where the heck's Brett? And then I was like, yeah. And then I'm like, yeah, where is Brett? You know, and I was like, just yell it out. And he's like, you know, it wasn't bad. Isn't anything you get in trouble for, but it just it's like, why are you talking about me, huh? My ears were ringing or whatever they say when you talk about people, but.
Yeah, if somebody's thinking about you, your nose itches, and if somebody's talking about you, your ears ring. Or your ears burn.
Yeah, my ears are burning.
Oh man. All right. So
anybody watching have any fun foot and mouth?
Definitely
stories?
comment them.
Like,
please trip that explicit filter. Let us know your secrets.
Let us
know.
Oh
boy.
My gosh.
We are a Star Wars podcast. We are going to be talking about the episode of Mandalorian, but I know Brad is here, so we're going to definitely push that off as long as we can towards the end. So, Chris, you had a kind of a fun topic just to kind of shoot the breeze about for a little bit.
Yeah. So recently, I've been watching a lot of stuff on Disney Plus and stuff like that. So I finished watching the original run of DuckTales.
Yep.
Then I started watching Darkwing Duck, which is like my all-time favorite cartoon.
Yep.
I know it's a weird distinction to make, but The Simpsons is my favorite television show, and Darkwing Duck's my favorite cartoon.
Got it.
And I was thinking, it's like, man, the gas gun is so freaking cool. It's like, it looks cool. It does literally everything. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but looks amazing, right?
Yep.
It's like, what a cool, like, fictional weapon. Like, there's no way this thing would ever work at all. It's like, first of all, like, how would you ever load it?
Right.
You know, it's like, where's the 500 feet of rope for the grappling hook go? You know, it's like,
right.
Anyway, it's like complete nonsense, but it just looks awesome.
Well, it's kind of like the grappling gun in Gravity Falls, for example. Like, same thing.
So, which made me think, it's like, we should talk about our favorite fictional weapons.
And that is awesome. I have a lot.
So, and I think we should probably, like, well, so let's just start with, like, what do you think, like, just the first thing you think of when you think of fictional weapon, like, in terms of ones that you like, what's the first one that comes to mind?
Well, I know I mentioned it. I like Ace of Spades from Destiny.
Yep, as we use specifically Destiny 2 one.
Yeah, the Destiny 2 one. Cade 6's
why is it cool,
hand
Kara?
cannon. It's amazing. I don't know. I slay with that thing, whether it's PvP or PvE.
There's some cool features about it. First off, it has a...
it's got Mortis, what is it?
While you're thinking of the features real quick.
Okay.
Gabe said the owner of his dealership caught me roasting his car. If
Yes! He rolls up and leaves it and walks inside. Whose piece of crap is that?
That definitely counts.
Totally.
All right, so Ace of Spades.
So it has a move called Firefly. Every time you get a headshot, their whole body explodes and does splash damage.
Yep.
And then it's got, if you do get a kill with it, your reload goes much quicker. Mm-hmm. And then when you reload, if you get a kill and then reload, then all of the bullets glow and they do bonus damage.
It like makes them explode.
So like
it's amazing. It like the gun starts to like smoke this blue smoke out of it. Like that's how you know you've got it's Mortis something, and I forget what it's all called. But yeah, if you get 5 bullets with it, right? It's 5 shots or is it 8?
6 or 9.
Anyway, you shoot with it, and yeah, if you get the headshot, they completely explode. There's a skin for it called the Colonel.
Yeah.
Because Kate 6 in Destiny has a rooster pet, a chicken pet. Its name is the Colonel. So then you can get the skin for it. And then
it changes the
cock for
hammer.
it or whatever. The hammer. There you go. When you cock it back. The hammer turns into a chicken.
So it like pecks the bullet when it
That's hilarious.
when it shoots.
So that's my favorite. I don't know how fictional it is. It's got cool stuff.
Well, that's
It
100% fiction.
doesn't exist in real life.
That's true.
100% fiction.
So that's my favorite.
Kara got to hold one at GalaxyCon.
I did.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna buy that.
I wanted to.
We really wanted to.
But it was foam. Like, I think we could 3D print that sucker and make it, like,
really
legit.
cool.
Memento Mori.
Memento Mori, thank you. That's what
I was
it
gonna
is.
guess that, but I didn't want to because it's a fairly common phrase. But
Oh, yeah, so that's what it is, Memento Mori.
So
Firefly, yeah.
so the first one that comes to mind for me, first fictional weapon that I would love to own or like
Sleeper.
have in real. No,
No.
the Halo 2 sword.
Yes.
sword?
Yes. Something about like the game just made that sword epic. Just like the two things. It was like a lightsaber, but it was different and it had its own unique feel to it. And then like Arbiter's using it and Chief gets a hold of one and just all the fun moments playing that game.
I loved using that sword.
Gabe said that it's a 6-shot.
It's
a six.
shot?
Got it.
Okay.
Yay, Gabe, that means you play Destiny.
Destiny's the best.
So I was wondering whether you were going to bring up the energy sword or the lightsaber first.
Yeah, and so the reason why when I think like to me, I have lightsabers. They're not real, but they exist in my hand. So when I think of fictional, the first one's the Master Chief Energy Sword or the Covenant Energy Sword. But what was cool about it is Halo 2 was like this community of, it was a really, really big community of gamers, and they made so many community game types. They made zombies where you would like change colors to whatever, and we would do swords and shotties.
Dave said, I can have the sword, or you can have the sword, I'll stick with the shoddy.
Yes, and
Those are the two best, though. I mean, they're both close combat, but
so when you get a kill, and so I think out of all games, Halo has one of the most memorable kill streak sounds. So you double kill, triple kill, overkill. Like it's just very unique.
Kilimanjaro.
it's like you say that and I immediately hear the voice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like-
I didn't even. I guess I did play a lot of Halo 2. But I haven't played as much Halo overall as you guys, but I did play a lot of Halo 2.
Well, when I was in college,
that's baked into my brain.
yeah. When I was in college down in Northwestern on the week, I had more guy friends than girlfriends because girls can be catty and I don't need the drama. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
You never met Jeremy, apparently.
So I'd hang out with the guys, and on Friday nights we'd sit down there with our big old thing of Mountain Dew, and we would game from it was so great.
So those are the best kind of nights.
So what
They
was fun
are.
about the swords and shotties is the range at which the sword would be able to lunge was at the same lethal range as the shotgun. So it was really whoever, like if you pulled it too early with the sword, you wouldn't get there, and if you pulled it too early with the shotgun, it wouldn't be a lethal kill. So it was like this dance, right? And then when the thing about the shotgun over the sword is, the sword had to close the distance, but it was part of the attack. But the shotgun, you could kill it in the middle of that lunge. You could pull, and as long as you pulled in that window, it was still a kill. But it was small, so they gave you a medal called Bull True if you'd kill the sword guy as he was coming. And there'd be so many times I thought I would have David. I'd be like locked on, and I'd be mid swing, like mid lunge, and he'd just go with the shotgun and get me. He's like Bull True or whatever, and I was like, dang it. And then when Cheney accidentally shot the guy, they made a medal called Cheney Spree if you got 5 shotgun kills. Cheney Spree.
Wait,
That's
what?
hilarious.
For real,
When Dick Cheney
absolutely.
accidentally shot the guy in the honey accident.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I had no
That's
idea.
amazing.
Yeah, so they put that in as a medal, but it was only in the beta for Halo 3, and they did not put it in the main game.
That's
So-
hilarious.
You were sitting there,
really funny.
if you were playing that, that was one of the things.
So quick side discussion. Who's better at Halo, you or David?
Depends on the map. Lockdown, me. Any other map, David.
I like Blood Gulch. That's my favorite.
Ascension.
Everyone likes Blood Gulch.
Yeah.
I liked Halo 2 maps the best.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I played in college. 2008 would have been.
And
Did
Halo
2
1,
give you the one maps too?
only Blood Gulch, but it had a different name. So there was David or Gabe, if anybody was a big Halo fan. It was different, I thought, in Halo 2. It had a different name. Blood Gulch was Halo 1.
When did Halo 2 come out?
David said, I like his answer.
I was just like, Lockout was my jam. I knew the whole map, but David and I played a lot together, and we had that game was so fun. So there's a game mode called Oddball where you have to. So it's like capture the flag, but you've got to hold on to this skull, and there's a time that goes up the longer you hold it. So you win by being the team that holds the skull the longest. So if you threw it off the map, it would respawn into the center. So there was also a spot on one end of the map where there was like these walls, and the walls would go like this, and then they'd go to a 45, and they would go up. Well, there's one spot, if you sat right in the 45, you could back off without looking, and you'd fall down and land on the ramp below. And there was no fall damage in Halo 2. So what we would do is we would coordinate, we would get the skull, and then we would go sit in that spot. People would come after us, we'd fall down, and then if we either were about to die from gunfire or we couldn't hold out anymore, we would jump off the edge. We would be calling it out, and somebody would be waiting at the respawn. But the best part about it is Halo 2, you could pull the oddball through the floor of the middle of the map in Lockout when it spawned. So you'd actually just sit down below, everybody would be waiting up on top, you would jump and then just pull it through the floor, and we'd have it again. And we'd go back to the angled wall, we'd go back and
You
sit
guys
there.
are turds.
And we would win so many matches by doing that. It
By
was
cheating.
No, it doesn't. If it's a game mechanic that anybody can exploit, it's not cheating.
It's a glitch.
It's
It's a glitch.
if it's a glitch, like you have to like hack your system to make it work, that's cheating. If it's a glitch that anybody can use it, people catch on the first time you do it.
Anybody can corner camp.
Yeah, absolutely. Strategy. Camping, it's a legit strategy.
I mean, so unfortunately, like that's how military conflicts work these days.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like hard to be like, stop camping. It's not fun, but like,
Well,
you can't, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's true.
There's some games that they've kind of done some fun stuff where camping, where if you sit too long, you appear on the minimap.
Okay.
So stuff like that, where it kind of like makes you have to move around a little bit if you
Should
want to stay
activate
invisible.
igloo mode.
Right.
No corners, no camping.
Right. I see some sweet comments coming in.
James says like that's a loophole. Like, Gabe says glitching is glitching.
Yes. Oh, there was so much fun stuff you could do. So there was a rocket launcher, and it was the furthest away that a reticle would turn red to let you know you had, like, 'cause you had to lock on with it. So there was a sweet glitch where you could fly across the entire map. You pull out a rocket launcher, it didn't have to be full or not.
I remember this.
And you spam change weapons and lunge at the same time. So what happens is you would switch to the sword, but the target would still be red from the rocket launcher. And if you pulled the trigger fast enough, it would complete the sword lunge and it would fly you all the way across the map into people. So you could be like all the way across the map, being like, vroom, but you could use it to get out. So somebody would fly in a Banshee and fly way out of the map. You put the rocket launcher on him, then you could sword lunge like up to him and then jump on the
my
Banshee, and then
gosh.
like you could keep like catapulting yourself past.
Yeah, so that's the one that I remember. Is like people would use that trick to get to places. They do like grenade jumps, and you would
Yep.
lunge to give yourself like the momentum to get up in places.
One of my videos on YouTube, Chris, not the big one, but my second most popular one, is over 20,000 views all on its own. And it was, you had a game mode where you had a turret that was right next to the edge of the map. And if you mounted it, if you like grenaded it, it would flip towards the edge. And there was a room that you could get into by mounting onto the turret and then aiming to the right, and it popped your character into the room. And if you let go, you'd be in the room unkillable, out of the way.
Nice.
So I made a video about it, and that got like 20,000 views on YouTube. So
Interesting.
Halo 3, Get Out of Rat's Nest is the name of the video. So,
Gabe said that's how they implemented glare and sniper scopes in COD and Battlefield.
yep, so people can't spot, like snipe camp. I got absolutely demolished by a quick scoper the other day.
It was funny.
No, it was not funny. Gabe, I want to know if you quick scope.
I have tried learning how to do it just because it's like I was like, how hard is it to do?
Yeah.
And I've never once successfully done it.
You can't miss. I have also messed around with it, and if you're good at it, it's amazing. The problem is if you miss, you're completely vulnerable because the snipers are too slow.
Yeah.
Well,
if
here's
you can
what's
pull 'em
funny.
off-
While he was getting killed by this quick scoper, he just automatically assumed it was a girl. Just
Well, her avatar
automatically.
was a girl.
He was like, "Oh, this chick just keeps on just sniping me."
What else would it be? It's an
You
avatar
play as a
girl.
girl.
Not by choice. You only get so many liveries or
How
whatever
many
they're called.
dudes can you choose from, Jeremy?
Yeah, they're ugly. They're ugly.
Okay, that's
They've
fine.
got Neanderthal brows. 96%
Well, I mean, how much Neanderthal are you now?
or 94%.
It looks like Brad has a foot and mouth story. I'm guessing it's long. I haven't
Ooh,
pre-read it.
Is he gonna? Are you gonna read it? Is it in there?
Yeah, it's like 2 paragraphs.
All right, here we go. All right.
Brad says, I went home for my grandmother's funeral, and where my family lives, people bring food over to the church for a big meal, and the family keeps the food that's left over. The night before, I hung out with a family friend who I've known since I was a small kid. Her husband passed years back, and we were joking about how she might remarry if she found a guy rich enough. So the next day at the church event, I sat down and ate some food she made. She's an amazing cook. And after 2 bites, I yelled out, "Oh no, cliffhanger." He hasn't finished typing it yet. After 2 bites, he yelled out.
Dun dun dun, drum roll.
James says Kara was playing in the other room, quickscoping you.
Right.
That's right, I was.
Well, that reminds me of the.
Gabe says he's gotten 40 kills quickscoping in COD. So he knows the strats.
You have to teach me, Gabe. Teach me your ways.
You're probably too old. Too old to begin the training. I know you're looking for a rich guy to marry, but if you're willing to settle, I'm in.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, boy.
I mean, they do say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
There's more.
Oh, there's more.
About 75 people stopped talking and looked at me like, what the? Then almost instantly after it got quiet, the lights flickered off and on for like 5 seconds, and then I yelled out, I guess Joan, my grandmother, didn't think that was funny either.
Oh, that's even better.
That's so great.
Oh,
Oh my
gosh.
That
How
is even
awkward.
better. Oh. So it's one of those things, like, obviously maybe the lady didn't take that much offense to it, but everybody else did, more or less.
So yeah,
How
which still I think
inappropriate
fits
for a funeral.
It's a social faux pas, foot and mouth. I think that totally fits.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
My
Oh my gosh.
that is really funny.
So back to fictional weapons. We've talked enough about Halo.
Yeah, I know.
Not that I don't want to talk about it, but I think
I agree.
So we have Ace of Spades, Plasma Sword, Gas Gun.
Gun.
What if we let's switch it up. Let's do your personal Mount Rushmore. If you're gonna be the 4 best fictional weapons. So you can pick what you've already picked already if you want to, but if you're gonna be like, these are if we were gonna carve in a mountain the 4 best fictional weapons ever. What's your Mount Rushmore of fictional weapons?
Well,
Like I said, you don't need to pick anything you've already picked. I just think this is a little bit more concise way of doing it.
I've always had a soft spot for the Batarang. For some reason, it's just cool.
Yeah,
It's iconic.
Batarangs
You know,
awesome.
it always seems to like hit his target, unless you're Lego Batman.
First try.
I mean,
First
okay,
try.
are we gonna count the Iron Man suit as a weapon?
Well, I know I was gonna say that was what I went about was the Batmobile.
But
'Cause it's
that's a vehicle. Like all of Iron
so-
Man's weapons are built into his suit.
That's
Yeah, so
also
I
a vehicle.
I think you could get away with that because explicitly in Iron Man 2 they call it the Iron Man weapon.
So I'd go with Iron Man's armor.
Well, that's not fair. That probably
I'd
takes
go
a
with
It's not like you're
Ace.
fighting other Mount Rushmores with it. There's just your personal choice.
Obviously Ace,
Ca-
just
ca-
because Ace.
Kara's building her Mount Rushmore. You can build yours. You can be like Death Star and just blow up Tony Stark.
Mjolnir.
Oh, Mjolnir is sick.
And
So Thor's Mjolnir or like
Yes.
okay.
Thor's
Yeah.
Mjolnir, yeah. And I mean,
Well, the axe that he made was even better.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker. Oh,
yeah.
although Mjolnir is sick. Hammers are like the fact that it's a hammer is
Yeah.
super cool. I mean, you've got Captain Shield now with you've really busted the top off. But I mean, for me, lightsaber and batarang.
Ooh, the BFG from Doom.
Oh yeah. Oh heck
I
yeah.
haven't played Doom.
So what's your 4th? Sorry, Jeremy cut you off.
I don't know.
Take some time to think about it.
Yeah, you can think about it.
Is
Yeah.
BB-8 a weapon?
No, he's got a lighter.
So no, lightsaber would be like it is the first
Yeah,
one. Like
okay,
if I had the
I
option
would
to,
say, yeah, lightsaber.
if I was the option to have, like it's so unbelievably iconic. Absolutely the batarang. Mjolnir got me really excited, but I'm trying to think of like what I would pick without anybody else's influence. I'm too Star Warsy. Thermal detonators are super cool as fictional weapons. But yeah, like even like Darksaber or lightsaber.
Hold the phone though.
But batarang for sure.
Mando's no disintegration. His rifle.
That thing is sick.
That is pretty sweet.
I
His
mean-
jetpack missile thing. Oh man.
Oh, well,
Yeah, we can't- yeah.
I almost said a thing.
I know you
Oh my
did.
gosh, Christopher, you keep your mouth.
Hey, I caught myself this time. I'll just say some swear words
Brett.
instead.
So I've got 2 for sure, and that's a lightsaber and a batarang. I'm trying to think of what other ones. I mean, I love Mjolnir and I love Captain Shield.
Would
but
you
I
not
mean,
keep? Would you
all
not
of Marvel?
The sword
Well, no. If I had to choose between Master Chief's sword and
and a lightsaber.
and a
you'd
lightsaber,
with
I would go with the lightsaber.
Yeah.
But
I'm keeping Ace just because it's more of a distance. I mean, it's not super long distance, but I mean, there's Whisper the Worm if I wanted long distance, but
Black Spindle's so cool. Whisper is sick. There's so many good weapons.
Sleep.
out
I know
there.
you love Sleeper.
The Sleeper is so cool. It's a linear laser fusion rifle. You pull the trigger and then it spools up and then just shoots one laser that goes through everything. It's like the Death Star.
It just annihilates. I almost said decimates, and I was like, well,
Like the
decimate doesn't
Farsight?
exactly.
Yes,
That's a
the
good weapon.
Oh, Perfect Dark's Farsight. That's an amazing weapon. Or even the laptop gun.
The wristwatch laser from GoldenEye.
I was obsessed as a kid with cutting the little locks in the train with the laser. I loved that. Did you hear Acciopello dish collapsed?
Really?
Yes.
The what?
The big dish that they shot GoldenEye at.
And Gabe, that's in Puerto Rico. Gabe absolutely had to heard it.
the whistling birds.
Oh, heck
yes.
Yeah. Or like Yandu's arrows.
Yeah, the whistle, the Yondu's
Yeah.
arrow,
Yeah.
they whistles and flies around.
Yeah.
Right?
Is
Like
Groot a weapon?
All right. It looks like we have another foot and mouth story.
All right, I'm ready for
And
some
I'll
foot
give you
mouth.
my first of my Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
Excalibur.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like the most legendary weapon, basically.
More, yeah.
You can get it in Valhalla. I have Mjolnir in one hand and Excalibur in the other.
All right, so James McLaughlin says, I was charged a fee for a class in college that I didn't think I owed. I went up to the school and yelled at the first person who I met for a good 15 minutes. She was just the school secretary.
Oh my gosh.
A few months later at my grandfather's funeral, my grandma introduced me to her lifetime best friend. She asked me if I recognized her friend. I did not. She was the secretary I yelled at.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
That's painful. She probably remembers you. She remembers you real good.
Yeah, because you roasted her
Yeah.
for no good reason. Like I did
Poor
that poor
lady.
delivery driver.
What happened to Minnesota Nice?
Doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
Well, now that we have the ability to like shield ourselves, we'd just be dicks.
Yep.
Gabe said, "Yeah, it collapsed on Monday. That's crazy."
Yeah. Yep.
Which-
So a
Was it
cable,
like related to like an earthquake or something? Or?
well, so, a hurricane or an earthquake in August or earlier this year had damaged the cable where it was beyond repair, safety repair.
Which movie was this from?
GoldenEye,
GoldenEye.
which
Oh,
GoldenEye.
we haven't got to
I
yet.
haven't seen GoldenEye yet.
So good.
I want to watch it with her, but it's like Mando's out and everything. But
I got
so
plenty
they-
of time now.
projected it to come down within so many years, and so it literally broke though 2 months later. So it
Well,
collapsed.
I mean, yeah, that's
and they're not like, and then even when the first cable broke a month and a half ago, they deemed that they didn't have enough money to fix it, so they just knew they were gonna have to quit it. Like it's really sad for science because it was like one of the satellites that was listening for Yeti, and it was like listening for
mean
first
SETI?
contact. SETI, Yeti.
There's videos of it collapsing apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Tons of them. It's absolutely crazy.
James said she told me I was not the only person who'd come in upset about the fee.
Oh man.
Oh man,
I'm trying to think of
so
any-
nice whenever something, like I think something's not right. I'm always just like, so I don't think I should have been charged for this. So I'm just wondering maybe what happened. You know, like I'm super nice about it. I'm never mean.
No, I do the same thing up to a point. And I had this conversation with Jeremy where it's like, I have a really, really high threshold for BS. And
Yeah.
then it's just a 180-degree flip. And I just will take no prisoners at that point. And so I'll go in with that tag. It's like I don't quite understand why like this doesn't seem like something that blah blah blah. And if like they start giving me pushback, I'll be like, okay, look, MFers, this is how it's gonna go down.
I feel that's Jeremy. There are times like when he knows like they're wrong, he just immediately, nah. But there are times like when he's legitimately doesn't understand.
Kara's glow is my favorite thing of the day. Gabe, if you didn't notice, we have new lights. Check this out. Kara's got some glow.
Yeah.
Go back to her close up. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, go back to her close up and then just shut them off once.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess that's it.
That
I
is
lost my
depressing.
angelic glow.
That is depressing. Look at how much better that looks. It's unbelievable.
Oh, did you change it?
Unbelievable.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, so we can do some fancy
Is
stuff
that
like
crossing?
this. Yep.
Yes.
That's so cool.
There's rainbow.
Do Christmas.
They don't have a Christmas preset, but I can knock out a Christmas thing real quick here.
So, Chris, is the DeLorean considered a weapon? No, I'm just kidding. You can't have it on your Rushmore.
Oh, let's see here.
Is there any cool guns from, or any cool weapons from Back to the Future?
Not really. I mean, the only
Ghostbusters?
Oh, the proton pack, dude. That might be. Oh, I'm gonna turn gradient off.
That's pretty
whoops.
sick.
Oh gosh.
That's
Yay, and we're getting more
patriotic.
messages coming in.
I was
Alright.
gonna say the only weapon really in Back to the Future is the one that Doc makes in 3. His rifle with the big old scope on it.
Oh, that one's
Remember when he
awesome.
goes, you're like,
I can
Yes.
shoot a flea off a back at 500 yards, Tannen.
Such a good
Some
movie.
Christmassy
There you
colors.
go.
I can turn the gradient off.
oh,
on
there
that.
we go.
So much fun.
Christmas. I love Christmas.
So let's go back into Kara's. So yeah, I can see the red and the green there.
Fun. So lucky.
Jeremy's pretty Christmassy. It definitely makes the color temperature a lot warmer. In the
Yeah.
shot. But yeah, so like we've been messing around with this. So like there's more is going to be happening. We're just like really bad at managing our time.
Oh,
Yep.
it's crazy.
And then like with weather and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna kick her back to.
Blue.
That's my favorite color.
My angelic glow.
It looks so good.
This is the original color that I used for the kick lights when we were over in stage 1.
Yes,
sure
it
is.
was.
Sure is.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through a couple of comments. I think I don't know. I might put proton pack on Mount Rushmore. I'm thinking about it.
Got it.
James said I didn't yell anything at her specifically. I was just very upset. Brad says looks cool. James says looks cool. Are you gonna do the left side? Yeah. So it's gonna be the same on both sides, and we're gonna put some shelves up with some knickknacks and other crap on there.
I'm not gonna have an antenna through my head though.
Nope.
So
Because you're in a good spot.
I don't know why I didn't think of that, but whatever. I don't care.
No,
It looks
I'll just
cool.
move the chair a little bit. We'll figure it out.
Gabe says it's all about that RGB life.
Yes.
Oh,
It is
Rick
so
and Morty
true.
portal gun, and not necessarily a weapon, but
Well, now you've got the portal gun from they're made by Steam. Well, from Portal. I'm
but
not
also
even
that
angry.
just literally is just like you just
Yeah.
shoot into the Rick and Morty portal gun, takes you to other dimensions.
Dimensional scissors.
Yeah, dimensional scissors. Yes.
We can go to the bounce
Okay.
lounge.
Chimera posts for the Latin Operations Forces. Since we love crashing parties, Gabe, tell them the news.
Oh,
So-
Wait,
wonder-
what?
So there's news incoming.
Oh!
Gabe, you have news and you haven't told us.
Well,
What is going on?
I have a funny story about Gabe. And so Gabe and I are in a Discord server together, and he posts stuff. So he posted that anime that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
And I explained to somebody at my work. I watched the whole thing, and I'm assuming it's in Japanese, but it's got Spanish subtitles. So I didn't know what was going on. I really need to learn Spanish.
Or
but
Japanese.
I explained it to my friend in this way. I said, imagine this. If I would have told you, or if somebody would have told me a year ago that, hey, in December of 2020, you're going to have someone really cool send you a video that's in Japanese with Spanish subtitles, I would not have believed them. So I need to learn Spanish for sure. But I did watch it. I really did.
Donde está los pantalones?
Oh, man.
That's my favorite sentence. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what my other favorite weapons are from things, and it's we mentioned a couple of video game things. I'm trying to think of stuff where it's if you have a choice of weapons, what would I always pick
Right.
type of thing, and I'm not really sure. It's just millions of things are bouncing around in the brain.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
you don't want to spend them,
Yeah. Well, so the Ultima sword from Final Fantasy VII.
Is that the one with the angle cut?
That's the Buster sword. That's the iconic. That's the cover art sword. That's
Got
the
it.
first one you start with.
Got it.
Actually, the cool thing in the remake of Final Fantasy VII, which I've been playing not recently, but
Yeah.
that's the only sword you have, and you upgrade that sword.
Got it.
But yeah, the Buster sword. The Buster sword's iconic, but the Ultima sword is just a better sword.
Right.
And it looks cool. It kind of has the rainbowy look to it. It's really
Right.
cool. Oh,
I like your thing of dimensional scissors though.
Dimensional scissors.
It's from Star
Star in
versus the Force of Evil.
Universe. Or,
But Star versus the Forces of Evil.
yeah, Kara's got it.
But the dimensional scissors, you just basically think of where you want to go. You cut the air, and it opens up a portal into wherever you want to go.
You talking about Marvel knocking the top off? Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh!
Yes.
Excalibur, Infinity Gauntlet. Those are my two so far.
Yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet is the cool. It's so cool. Derek said that he would gladly do a Lego build with me on air if it's Marvel. And I told him the cool thing that Marvel did was
that other ship, the modular ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was telling him that that's the only way to get the Infinity Stones. You have to buy the different Lego sets to get each one. One we got came with the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
And the red one. The
Yeah,
Soul
Soul Stone.
And you have to buy the other Marvel sets to get the other the stones.
James says he wants the ring from Spaceballs.
Kara, the one ring to rule them all.
One ring to find them.
Is that a weapon?
One ring to bring them all, and in the
But
darkness.
didn't Soren use it as a weapon?
I guess it made him way stronger and stuff too.
Yeah.
I guess it's more. I would
His
say that's
soul
more of
was
an
bound
accessory,
to
Like a
it.
buff?
Yeah.
That's we'll do a Mount Rushmore. Of
Chris,
buffs.
is there any magic artifacts you love? I watched you play Magic last night. Any cards from Magic?
Yeah, so a shout out to the world of Series of Magic.
Wait, did Gabe ever say what their news was?
No, he said, "Oh God."
Oh,
Did he eat a hot chip and get dog collar shocked?
And anything. So like, man, weapons from Magic or art of. I'd have to think about that.
I mean, you had like a mill deck, and you had. I was trying to think if there's any cool like Birds of Paradise or Lotus Flower or like what one of your favorite card was that you used.
Oh, okay. So Gabe's gonna start streaming Wednesdays in January on the page.
Heck yeah!
He says he has everything configured. He just needs another monitor. That's sick, dude.
I saw your computer, and I know you're using OBS. Are you gonna have a self cam,
Face cam.
like a face cam? I want to know.
Yeah. So Jeremy was talking. So on Twitch on Friday nights, usually I stream the World of Series of Magic, where my buddy Tim and I play a very specialized
Your format's so cool.
tournament of Magic the Gathering. So
that's awesome.
And we're not doing
Okay.
it super serious, and it can happen on other days too, but it does happen a lot on Fridays.
Do you have any squirrel cards in your repertoire?
Not in this format, but I do own Squirrel cards.
I need to play a round of Magic with Kara. She likes Magic. You like Magic, but
I played it once.
they have a squirrel
5
deck.
years ago.
Kara,
Oh yeah,
you can command squirrels.
I'll be Radagast the Brown.
I used to have a squirrel deck, like just a full-on squirrel deck, but somebody stole half of it out of my gym locker.
No!
in high school.
Jerks. I love squirrels. I'm sorry.
So is the one ring?
Doctor Strange's cape, that'd be pretty strong.
that'd
Or
be
Harry
cool.
Potter's cape? Harry Potter's wand,
Elder
Dumbledore's wand.
The Elder Wand.
Yeah, Voldemort's nose.
Do you think that he hates Fruit Loops? Because Toucan Sam tells him to follow your nose wherever it goes.
That was so bad.
Heck yeah. Was it the GoPro 9? Gabe? Because that one, you can just use the USB and it treats it exactly like a webcam.
Really? I need to know that.
I want to try streaming again.
I love
Although the
the
cam link will work for it too, obviously. But
the Dave, or would not to go back to.
if you want to nerd out about tech, by the way, just talk to me. I know all the toys.
The Spartan laser, I love too. From
So I was thinking about stuff like that. So it's like I'm excluding like Death Star and like giant orbital
Right.
lasers and stuff. Just like to me, it's got to be something somebody can like pick up and be like, now I have the.
Yeah, and the Spartan laser meets that.
Iron
though.
Man's armor is kind of.
I think it still counts. That's like as big of a weapon as you can really get, though.
It's kind of cheating a little bit. Well, I mean, he does have it all packed up in that little suitcase.
Yeah, the nano suit.
Yeah, and then you just go and.
Web shooter, Spider-Man's web shooter is pretty iconic.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that would be such a cool thing to be able to do. Do that.
You know how freaky that'd be though. The first time you use that, like, do I actually trust this?
Well, I think they did a pretty
Yeah.
good job of that in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
They've done it in all of them. So,
Yeah.
Kara, get us up to date. What's your list go?
Well, I'm gonna keep Ace. Just I
Okay,
love
yeah,
Ace,
Ace.
obviously. I don't know, Mjolnir. I want to keep.
You've got to
Mjolnir.
stick with that one. The only reason I'm not using that one is because you picked it.
So yeah, Mjolnir. Oh, what was I thinking of when we
The
were
ring?
talking? No, it wasn't the ring. Oh, the dimensional scissors.
Sting? The mithril armor?
Oh, I mean,
Oh, that armor's not a weapon.
no, I was gonna say Aragorn's sword.
It's the sword that defeated.
I'm no
Sauron.
king.
What?
Did you see what somebody did? Who has a
Ahsoka's
PS5?
lightsabers.
Who's got a PS5? Somebody took, how the PS5 looks, Chris, with the
Jeremy
yeah.
said we're
Somebody
definitely doing this
mounted-
with our.
a Eye of Sauron in there. It looks just like Sauron's tower or whatever.
Gwen made a bunch of cookies. She
Oh,
sent them
She
down.
I
throw
was
me
gonna
one.
say
Um,
I'll eat one.
She made a sugar cookie and decorated it like the Eye of Sauron.
Yes.
Gwen.
So there's three. She sent 4, and I ate 1, but there's still 3 of us. So, and she wrote a note on the top too. But don't read it out loud.
Okay, got it.
You can read the first part of it out loud if you want.
Only mildly poisoned.
Oh, the biggest is this the biggest one?
Well, it's the one I gave you, so. So my list is definitely lightsaber first, then battering. I haven't picked a third or fourth yet. I mean, I love Excalibur, Chris. I love Mjolnir. Those were your guys' choices, so I can't.
And
steal them.
the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm Excalibur Infinity Gauntlet. Oh yeah, Gabe said the last cookie is for him. James says the Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
David A says
Absolutely.
Chewie's Bowcaster.
Oh.
Chewie's Bowcaster's sick. Adam Savage just did a build of Chewie's Bowcaster that's sick.
My
Really?
favorite scene from The Force Awakens is he's like, "Can I try that?"
Right?
So the interesting thing to that for me is like canonically up to that point, the reason that humans hadn't shot bowcasters is like you needed such a high amount of strength to actually be able to operate them. I still think it's a cool scene. I'm not unhappy with it at all, but it does sort of ruin the canon.
Super, super cool. What ones can I put on my Mount Rushmore?
I mean, Han Solo's blaster.
The DL-44. I made one when I was a kid. When I was younger.
Brad says I'm only picking stuff a normal human can use. A normal human can use the Infinity Gauntlet once.
Yeah, and then
Well, to do the big snap anyway, it's
Yeah.
like you can obviously do all the other crazy stuff that Thanos is doing.
Right.
I can teleport immediately. I can turn Jeremy into a bunch of wax cubes.
And would you
Yeah.
really want to get rid of 50% of the world's population?
I
yeah,
want
but
to get rid of 99% of the world's population.
if we want to nerd out about that for a second, here's the thing: he did it right to like sustain life,
Yeah.
but it like has been confirmed. It's all life. So half the plants got sucked into the Soul Stone. So you're not actually doing anything. All the
Right.
livestock, everything was cut in half.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's like, well, if you wanted to like save the planet from overexertion, you don't just like cut the plants and stuff in half. You leave those, so that way there's the same amount, or like half the amount of people with still 100% of the resources.
Yeah, that's true. Really, the only thing he's doing is leaving space.
Right. That's it.
So that's a fair point.
Poor tree is just sitting there and it's like, whoop, into the. I don't feel so good.
Brad says Han's blaster, but the full gun that also had the sniper attachments.
Oh, the real one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the broom handle Mauser, C96, because it was made in.
1896.
Correct. You are correct. I thought I could get you and have you
I was
say
gonna say most
Well,
of
that's
the
on the
weapons.
AK-47.
47.
I was
Nicely
gonna
collision
say, yeah,
account
if there's a number
1947.
after like that, typically, unless
Yeah.
it's the caliber, but
Yeah,
typically it's the
1918.
year.
Yep.
Man, I'm struggling because like I want to make my picks count.
Right, I know. You had to
Yeah.
put the limit on it. You said we're just going to talk about fictional weapons, and you had to put the limit on it of Mount Rushmore.
I don't
think,
know why I'm blanking on Aragorn's sword. It's
I-
killing me that I am.
I think I will take the proton pack because like here's what I'm thinking: is like I want to give myself the ability to defeat a variety of things.
Right. What about spirits?
So it's like I can use the proton pack to deal with those pesky ghosts.
Those paranormal activity.
Andrew.
Oh,
Flame of the West.
I was just gonna look it up.
Carrot was bothering her.
It was bothering me. I hate pregnancy brain. I'm telling you. Like, the farther along I get, the stupider I get.
Just like Jeremy.
Any other cool? Okay, well, so then here's what I'll do. It hasn't been taken yet. I know you said armor isn't a weapon, but Captain America's shield is a
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
weapon. So I'll take Captain's shield. She's got Mjolnir. You've got the gauntlet. I'll take Captain America's shield.
Okay.
I will gladly take that as one of them because I hadn't pulled from that universe yet personally.
So now in your
because you can shoot Iron Man stuff at me all day and I can block it with this
could
shield.
a lightsaber cut through Captain America's
No,
shield?
it's like Beskar, but on steroids.
That I have no idea. I have not done any research into the canon.
Is now Captain America's shield, is it just vibranium, or was that the one that's a mix of vibranium
And
or
unobtainium.
I think it's just vibranium.
It's Wolverine's skeleton. That's a mix of vibranium.
That's
and
adamantium.
That's adamantium.
Adamant. So what? There's something that's a mix of adamantium and vibranium.
Captain America's shield.
No, I thought that was just vibranium though.
There was something in the Marvel universe that was a mix. of the two.
Stormbreaker.
No, that's made out of the core of a dying star or whatever.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
If you know, chime in and let us
Yeah.
know. I have a little story about David. Poor David called me up and he said that And let me know, David, if you ever got a hold of his internet service provider. But he's got 2,000 gig bandwidth a month, and he got a notification, or he checked, and he was at 2,370 gigs for the month. And it's $10 for every 50 gigs you go over. So he's looking at like 60 bucks and overage fees already. So he had to shut all of his internet off. So he told me, he's like, I'll be watching the podcast, but I got to use my phone data to stream it, because he had to shut the internet off to his whole house. So
I wonder how that could have happened.
Because he got a new Xbox, so he downloaded like all of the updates, changing the games from the X version to the Series X version.
I can see.
Well, Modern Warfare alone is like 108 gigs, and Cold War is like 86 gigs. Valhalla is 80 gigs.
You just got a schedule. It's like, I'm going to download these over these amount of time.
Any other cool
David said they fixed it so that the next time I'll get a notice at 80% usage.
Got it. Well, so what it used to do is it would pop up on the top of like any
banner,
website. Yep. It would say like, you are approaching your usage for the month. Did they charge you though, David? Are they going to charge you for this month, or are they going to sauce you some data for free? Super curious. All right, so I've got 3. Batarang, lightsaber, and Captain America's shield.
Lightsaber, Captain America's shield are pretty strong together.
I know, right? You've got the one and then the other. And if for some reason someone's really far away and I don't want to lose my shield and leave myself vulnerable, I'll just nail him with a batarang.
I'm thinking, it's like, can you imagine holding Excalibur with an Infinity Gauntlet?
Right.
They're pretty ridiculous.
But, I mean, and then, so, like, for me, the other cool ones, we talked a lot about Star Wars weapons. I love the thermal detonator. The scene with Leia, and she's, like, clicks it, and then he's like, but she's holding a thermal detonator! I love that thing. I 3D printed a thermal detonator. Ooh.
Gabe said people who bought Cold War got their money stolen.
They did. The game crashes constantly, Gabe. Constantly.
At least Pokemon Go was free.
Right. Any other cool fictional weapons that we want to throw homage to?
I mean, you keep on listing off movies, and it's like, oh yeah, there was that movie, and it had that weapon.
I mean, like Indiana Jones' whip is pretty freaking iconic.
That is pretty dang iconic.
The thing is, like, it doesn't do anything that I can't already do with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
I mean, the Infinity Gauntlet's kind of like the ultimate.
I do feel like I need a gun of some type, though. I've got my melee weapon. I've got my God Mode cheat glove.
Right. So let's see. I mean, the assault rifle from Halo is pretty darn iconic, you know, and I feel like I should maybe snag a gun from Halo. I hadn't picked anything from Halo.
That's fair.
Spartan Laser
He's gonna
is
pick
sick,
the
but
Needler.
the Needler is awesome.
I hated the Needler.
The Needler's Cheap Town.
Yeah, I hated that gun.
The cheap town was a noob combo. The plasma pistol with the charge up, and then the magnum and the offhand. Whoop, headshot.
Yeah.
Whoop, headshot.
That was the one thing I was actually good at. The one cheap strat I could do.
The noob combo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love gaming terminology. I really do.
Is John Wick a weapon?
Yes. Yes.
I would definitely have John Wick as my weapon.
Yeah, David says 4 more days of no internet.
No. That's like being put in timeout as an adult.
Yeah.
How horrible is that? Oh my
It's
goodness.
True. It's true.
This is going to sound dumb, but this isn't about to make sense. I'm going to take
This is
the
your personal
pistol
one.
from Halo 1.
The what?
The pistol from Halo 1.
Over the assault rifle?
Yep.
Okay.
Because that thing could headshot anybody there was no range drop off. And so it had a 2-time scope on it as well. And it looks cool. You can shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger. The fun thing about that was you could spam it as much as you wanted. It was such a good gun. So I will take the pistol from Halo. Halo 1. Halo CE, the pistol.
All right.
I love the SMGs in Halo 2, but there's nothing that makes it like iconic to the game.
Yeah.
But Halo 1 Magnum was sick.
Well, so like that's the thing I was thinking of. Like when I played Call of Duty a lot, I always used like a silenced SMG.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun. Like I love the way it sounded, I love the way it looked.
It's like a firecrackery, like I said, I think like, you know, like,
Yeah, so but like it's not like enough to make it out of the pantheon. I guess. Maybe like Zeus's lightning bolts.
That'd be sick.
I think I'll take that. That'll be my. So I'm.
Or the ability to have Palpatine's lightning.
Force lightning, yeah. So Excalibur, the Infinity Gauntlet, Zeus's lightning bolts,
And then the Ghostbusters.
and the proton pack. Yeah, I'm set. I think I've got a pretty solid
Oh,
about Rushmore.
that reminds me of like Dark Souls. There's the animation for the lightning is awesome. You reach up and the lightning bolt just like starts to form in your hand, and then you just like chuck it at your target.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then there's usually a trinket, like you can have a trinket associated with it, which is kind of cool. A fun little trinket.
Apparently the best builds in COD are with the SMG, so I was halfway there. I just needed to get good at the game.
Yeah, right, right.
Let's see. David said, me and Jarrett hotspotted the Apple TV to his phone last night and watched YouTube videos because we were so bored.
That sucks.
That does suck.
Brad says he'd take an identity disc from Tron.
Oh, cool. Now that makes me think of like Back to the Future, or no, not Back to Terminator, or like, any of those weapons are kind of fun.
I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna stick with what I got.
What'd you pick?
Well,
Yeah,
Ace.
yes.
Ace, Mjolnir,
Mjolnir.
the dimensional scissors,
Yep. Oh, you're going with those.
and
Fun.
drill.
Okay.
There you go.
That's a solid lineup.
Yep.
I mean, with the dimensional scissors, you saw what Hekapoo did. Like, she could just, like, cut all of these little dimensions and then, like, hop into one, cut back to where she was, stab the person in the back, cut back, hop back out.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying.
Not to mention, you can just stab them with the scissors, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then Jeremy's lineup was...
Oh, yeah, mine
lightsaber.
was great. Lightsaber, batarang, shield, and halo gun.
Oh, yeah. That's a solid lineup, too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I think we'd be an undefeatable force.
Now you know what you need to do, Chris. You need to make the thumbnail with all of our weapons.
Gotta look at the time on here, so we're in 1 hour and 10. I need to send myself a note so I don't have to scrub through the whole podcast.
There you
Right?
go. All right, so should we ramp over to Star Wars? Is there leaks you want to hit leaks, or do you
Yeah,
want to just...
I do. I'm sure that it's going to be all related to what
It's
we're going
all
to talk
gonna
about
be
anyway.
meant.
So,
but yeah.
warning, 5-minute warning. We're going to be talking about spoilers now.
I can't wait to talk about this week's episode.
Yeah.
It's so good, I can't believe how good that it is. That's all I'm saying.
Laying it on thick, aren't you, Jeremy?
What? No, I'm trying not to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chris is taking notes. You've had your warning. He is going to pull up leaks. We're going to start with Star Wars leaks.
Yes. Okay, so let's... Is this thing going to work this time? Hey, it did.
Woo!
Because we're a Star Wars channel, occasionally we should talk about Star Wars, and what better way to talk about Star Wars than to go to r/Star Wars leaks on Reddit and find all the news that's real, fake, and in between. Now I just gotta hope that I don't crash the stream by going to Reddit, and I'm not... Every time, I always click on create post instead of search.
I'm excited.
Is this not typing? Gosh, okay. And then make sure that I sort by
Top
Top.
post for the week.
of the week.
It's going to be all from this episode.
All right, so this is your last chance to mute us or turn off the thing. We'll give you like the... Here's what I'll do. I'll change the lights to green.
There you go.
When you can watch again.
There you go.
Oh, solid. There you go. Well, I mean, should we change to something a little different? Because will blue and green be hard to distinguish?
Well, I don't know. Let's take a look. All right, so this is a test run. Do.
Maybe.
Oh, totally tellable. 100%.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Just want to make sure.
So easy to control. I'm so satisfied. There are purchases you make and you're like, man, that was all right. And there are purchases you make and you're like, oh, I wish I would have bought that. This is so far into the satisfied column, it's ridiculous.
Who's talking?
Brad, he's checking out.
All right, Brad.
All right, Brad, we
Hey,
understand.
only 2 more weeks until you can binge the whole series, and then we can talk about all this crazy stuff. Or you can watch the last 20 minutes of the last 5 podcasts.
Yeah. Get caught up on a week-by-week basis.
Oh, that's what we should do. You guys are way smarter than me.
What's
What?
that?
Red for spoilers.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Yep. So it is in
All right.
spoiler town. All right, let's go to Star Wars leaks. Oh, hold on, one more thing. I'm getting it next week. Okay, so he'll be catching up.
Nice.
Have a good weekend. Thank you for jumping in and sharing your stories and your weapon picks and everything. Hope you had a good time. We will see you next time.
Bye.
All right. Oh, right away, right off the top, a new
Told
high-res
you.
image of Rosario Dawson in action as Ahsoka Tano.
Nice.
Oh, yep.
So that was super. You keep going, Chris. I'll just take up time here. It was awesome to have Ahsoka in last week.
Yeah,
Anyway,
a lot of
needless
people
to
have been
say.
comparing the her fight with whatever she was. What was
The
lady?
Dathomir lady.
The Dathomir lady. They've been comparing that with
Oh,
like
no.
samurai fights and stuff like that.
What's that?
David Prowse died.
You didn't know that?
No.
Really?
I
It was what, like 2 or 3 days ago?
It was 6 days ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
6 days ago already?
I
There's
didn't
a
know
picture
that.
going around of and it's really sad. It's the one with Luke, David Prowse,
Peter Mayhew,
Carrie Fisher,
and Mark
Kevin
Hamill
Baker, or the Baker,
Kenny Baker.
Kenny Baker, and then
wasn't it Mark Hamill and there are only 2 still living out
yeah,
there.
and it's Harrison
Ford
Ford
and Mark Hamill.
and Mark Hamill.
And they're the only 2 that are still alive.
And Peter Mayhew just died not that long ago.
Last
Really,
year.
Carrie Fisher really didn't die that much longer before that.
She died right after Christmas of 2016, I think it was.
16? No, because
17? 17?
I remember somebody posted something.
It was 17.
Because Debbie Reynolds died right afterwards.
Anyway, that's a bummer. R.I.P. David Prowse.
Yeah, December 27th, 2016. It's been
Oh.
4 years.
Yeah, that's what I said, 17.
16.
I know.
Get outta
You know,
here.
he did say 16. I said 17.
I said 16. All right,
He said-
anyway.
okay, so the next one is a certain bounty hunter is confirmed as a Mandalorian in canon.
Yeah,
A certain bounty hunter. Like,
I commented about this because
that guy.
Django.
Oh, as a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yes, Django is a Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was a foundling.
Because I know a lot of people have been arguing that Django wasn't a Mandalorian and he actually stole the armor from a Mandalorian.
Well, so
And
and this is all through Boba Fett's perspective, keep in mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's the source of the information, so maybe his dad told him
Nope.
a lie.
The Latin Operation Forces
Yes, that's right.
translated
They saw, yeah.
the thing he
Oh,
pops
the
up.
Arabesh?
And it
it
actually
says
says that he's a foundling.
Django Fett, Boba Fett. And it's like the people of like, it was Mandalorian and then it was
Oh.
that Django and then it was that Mando.
So Django was a foundling.
yeah, he was.
Boba is a clone, so he's
Right.
not
Technically.
But
And then, I think they also posted it. There's a picture of Django said when he met Obi-Wan for the first time, I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in a galaxy, which is what Boba Fett said to Mando.
Nice.
I did not realize there was
I
that
didn't
tie.
make that connection either.
That's really cool.
And so,
Yeah, when they're in the White Room or whatever.
yep.
Yep. There's an official poster for Mandalorian Season 2. That's fine. Oh, Mandalorian in Fortnite, official loading screen art.
So, there was a kid that commented on the Mandalorian thumbnail somewhere and said, "Oh, look, it's the Fortnite guy." Like, no,
What?
no. He was a Mandalorian. I hate when you do the crossovers and kids don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
So now there's only some kids that be like, "Oh, that's the character from Fortnite."
Nope.
And then the rounding out the top of the leaks is concept designer Brian Maytaz explains why the Laku were short.
Yeah, we know.
I
I lost today, kid, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah, exactly.
About the Lake Ku.
I'm hoping if they do an Ahsoka series, I'm hoping they actually figure out the Leku thing. Whether like,
Do
I
you think they would do it with Rosario Dawson then, or do you think they'd find another actress?
Well, maybe like I mean, keep Rosario, whatever, that's fine. But like, I know a lot of people on the Ahsoka page have mentioned just do it CGI.
No, that's expensive. You got to think every single frame that she's in, you have to be animating that.
Yep. So Disney's got the money.
If you want 2 episodes a year.
Okay, seriously, what's Amazon's budget for
Well, it doesn't matter.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
It's
with how
like
many episodes you're getting out of it. you
They
know?
There's a
invested
lot.
into the screen to then make up the difference with physical effects, and they want to stick to physical effects. I get it. I agree with you, but I also
I did not bother me one bit.
I know, but it bothered me.
and Kara's the authority in the universe.
Yeah,
I don't know. About
guys.
that.
I'm more of an authority than both of you.
Yeah, but I don't care.
We got a comment there. I can see the big white block.
Did you see the spoiler about the girl in the cape when Mando was on the water world? The one that said that it was a girl from Rebels.
Did not. Oh, Sabine.
Wait, when?
On the water world.
Yeah, when they kicked Grogu into the fish bucket. I'm assuming that was
The
just
girl in the cape when Mando's on the water world. I don't know the girl in the cape.
I know there was.
when she was like spying on him, but
Yeah.
that ended up. Just
I thought
being
that ended up being the
Mandalorian friend.
with the cross braids across her forehead.
That's what I thought too.
Extrapolate on that a little bit.
Yeah.
So another thing I missed out on that it wasn't in the Star Wars leaks. There is a Darth Vader comic, and when Maul is meditating, he's always surrounded by blue butterflies, and Baby Yoda plays with the blue butterflies.
Interesting.
So those butterflies.
Why would Vader be surrounded by blue butterflies?
No, Maul.
Oh, Maul. Why would Maul be surrounded by
No,
blue
it's just the
butterflies?
presence of the Force.
But why would it be butterflies for Maul? Like, that just seems too delicate and light and like...
The Force is delicate and light. I'm just saying it's a thing.
Weird.
Is all. And then
This is a funny article. He's like people are speculating, and he's like, before we even bring it up, it's not going to be Boba Fett. Stop wishing him to show up and steal focus from the Mando. As far as we know, the bounty hunter is still in Tatooine's Sarlacc pit.
that
That didn't age well.
No,
Nope.
This is last year. Oh, this is the end of season episode 5 of last year.
Oh. Well, guess what? He's back.
And then I thought the circle around Grogu when he was in the blue was going up. The circle reminded me of the portal from Rebels.
Yeah, where Ezra pulls Ahsoka from.
I can't find anything with the search terms that I used. It looks like somebody thinks that it's one of the 2 Mandalorian warriors with Bo-Katan. So
Got it.
And apparently, the one thing I saw was apparently the way Grogu, Baby Yoda, meditates is the exact same way Yoda did. Quite a few times.
With the
Yep, just the...
David A says, I love how you can see the Sarlacc stomach acid burns on Boba's head. I love that attention to
Yeah,
detail.
I thought that was
Absolutely love
super cool too. Like, he turned both ways and you just saw this crazy, like, and it almost had like a greenish iridescent tinge to it.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff to poor Boba.
Here's an interesting thought experiment. Jabba said you will digest over the course of 1,000 years. So could it still be digesting him? Like, what if it did? Like, what if once it lands on you?
So it's like the
1,000
acid
years.
that sits and digests. Like,
Yeah. Even if you get it off, he
Interesting.
could still be getting digested, or like maybe
I
it's like a
mean-
part of his skin and it's gonna slowly eat him away. There's a theory. So Kyle had a cool theory that
I don't like this theory.
Boba Fett's gonna die, and the Mandalorian is gonna then take over Slave One and drive Slave One around.
No, I don't want Boba Fett to die.
If he does, he has to just get kicked into another Sarlacc pit. I will not be satisfied
How much
unless
would that
No,
suck
because then I'm
for
gonna
poor
have to sit
Boba?
and listen to her brother for the next 10 years say, Boba Fett's not dead. He's
My
not
younger
dead.
brother was very adamant about that, and then lo and behold, Boba Fett wasn't dead.
Yeah. Of all the people they brought back, that seems the most fan servicey to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was done
It's
so
been awesome so far. I'm
done
not
so well.
disputing any of that.
Mm-hmm.
The
But it's like,
gaffy
I
stick
was
crushing in
totally-
the stormtrooper head. Oh.
I would have been totally fine with him staying dead.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
But-
scene with Boba Fett smashing in those stormtrooper heads,
It's
that was
so
not
good.
kid friendly at all.
Gabe said that melee fight scene though.
It
That
was,
was
unbelievable.
sick.
It was so cool.
Like, no mercy.
Oh, now we can talk
Just
about
all out. Just
his voice when he was like, "Our deal isn't complete." I love Tamora Morrison's voice, but the funniest thing was when he shot down the plane and he's like, "I was aiming for the other one."
I know
That's
that
what
was
I almost said
great.
earlier.
I know you
today.
did.
That was
It's
so,
so
great.
awesome. That is classic Star Wars humor. So freaking good. So Baby Yoda was using the dark side of the Force a little bit. They're force choking stormtroopers. Just
I
going,
don't. I don't consider Force Choke a dark side move. I don't care
I
what video
know.
games tell you.
I know.
Luke has used
He
it.
did. He totally choked those Gamorreans.
So it's like it's totally fine to me.
Well, the fun thing about Mando is the fact that, like, even in the beginning of this season, he hangs that guy up and he's like, promises not to kill him, but then he just shuts the lights out so the monsters eat him. Like, he lives in that fun gray area.
Yeah.
So
True.
I think it'd be amazing if Grogu ended up being the dark side user. Like he just decides to team up with
I
Bob
would
Gideon.
be
And
so sad though. Little baby sweet Yoda. Why?
Poor little guy.
He
is
just gets
stuck
like
on-
really aggressive, angry eyebrows.
Look at how sweet he is, though.
That's how he lures you in to kill you and eat your fish eggs.
So and then I was reading this too. Apparently, Togruta bites are poisonous.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah, I
heard
remember
that.
reading that.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
read it tonight.
Togruta's saliva or whatever is venomous or whatever.
So you can't make out with Ahsoka.
Yeah,
so-
that's why her and Anakin never. Okay.
yeah, he'd be dead. he'd be dead.
Oh my god.
Obi-Wan's trying to keep him away. But all in all, I the episode was fantastic. The one thing that annoyed me was the fact that
He took off his jetpack.
well,
that.
but the Mando tried 3 times to get him out of the blue. The second he goes to leave, the blue comes down.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so dumb. And then so I really thought those dark troopers, you were 100% right. They're called dark troopers. They flew down. I thought they were people in there. They're robots.
Yeah, I said that too. I was like, they're robots.
I thought they were people for some reason.
And I remember seeing, I think Latin Operation Forces posted something about them being from, was it the old,
like they existed
Old
and now it's
Republic or-
canon now.
Hold on. Yeah, something.
Yeah. So,
What?
I had talked about how I really wanted it to be Luke that showed up
Yeah.
and everything, and it's like, and I'm sure it's not going to happen. Whatever. That's what I wanted. Right. David A says, in my heart, I believe that Mace is going to be the one who answers the call.
That would be sweet.
That would be super freaking cool.
That would be sweet. I've read that.
Yeah, R.I.P. Razor Crest.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
not rebuilding that.
That was the saddest part for me, was seeing that. Even we know Baby Yoda is going to be brought back, but the Razor Crest is done. Do you think it's a cash grab for more merch? Because think about like how excited we were to get the ship. Should I grab the Razor Crest, set it down here? Should we crash it in honor of Mandalorian?
Should we shoot it with an orbital laser?
Oh, you want to know what's even a bigger burn, Chris? The advent calendar today is Razor Crest.
Is it?
You get a little Lego crest, Razor Crest.
Razor Crest?
Don't tell me that was not coincidence. Like that is not coincidence. The day after it gets blown up, then you
give
get
it
the
to you?
Razor Crest.
I forget. Have you guys been doing those live?
Just
Losers.
in our, we've been doing them for ourselves.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, you guys are the worst.
I know.
I totally forgot it was December. I think they're the original ones. I think he is trying to clone Jedi. What? I don't know. James, I don't understand your comment.
I
He
bet
says,
you what
I think they're
said.
the original ones. I think he is trying to clone with Jedi powers, but full powers.
Yeah, so he's trying to take Baby Yoda's blood and make Snoke, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they showed that, we saw like the side by side pictures of like the Snoke tanks and then the
Yeah.
Tanks that they found on.
Gabe said I could see the sadness through the Mando's helmet with the Razor Crest getting.
It was
blown.
unbelievable.
I know, when he was digging through the rubble.
My
I was like,
mom keeps telling me like she loves the fact that we don't see his face, that he acts through this because it has this persona it projects. You can see the defeat in his body language when it gets blown up. It's amazing.
Speaking of his body language, I blew one of the dentist's minds at work when I told him that wasn't Pedro Pascal inside the Mandalorian's armor.
Really, it's John Wayne's son.
Yeah, it's John Wayne's son. That's what I told
Have
him.
they confirmed that that's always the case? I feel like he
There's
has
three-
to be there sometimes.
There's 3 actors. Oh, I don't know if Pedro's ever worn it. Well, he has worn it when they pulled it off in the
Yeah,
one
when they
episode.
pulled off his helmet. But yeah, the dentist, he was like, "That's not actually him."
No.
I was like, "No." I was like, "He voices him, but it's actually John Wayne's son inside the armor."
Well, I thought that was just for the stunts.
I thought
I
they
don't think
liked
he's
the
on
way-
set very much.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Oh no! But I'm saying I thought John Wayne's son was just for the stunts. I didn't think it was for like the bulk of the. You guys keep talking.
But no, it's so my mom's always said that she loves the way that the Mando has the helmet on, but it's like you can just see the defeat. I like people are picking on. They said Boba Fett looked a little chunky. I freaking loved thick Boba. I thought it was awesome because he looks
It's like Fat Thor.
It's like Fat Thor. He's like I don't know. He looked really good. I thought it looked better than
I thought
Timothy
he was
Oliphant.
fine. Here's the thing: he's been living on this desert planet by himself for years. It's like,
Not that many years. Probably like 2. It's not that many.
you think it was only 2 years?
Only a
between
couple
him
years.
getting eaten and
Return of the Jedi, they blew it up, and then the New Republic establishes himself. I bet you it's like 2 or 3 years.
oh, okay. Well,
Because there's still
still,
enough.
that acid probably did a number on his body. Obviously, we saw that.
Yeah, still eating away at his face, in my theory.
You're so funny.
Um,
So Mando,
That's John Wayne's grandson. By
Grandson.
The way. So it's Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder also wear the thing, but he's on set plenty of times. Apparently, there's only one episode where he wasn't there at all, and that was episode 4 of season 1.
I'm sure. I mean, if you're acting in that, you'd probably just want to be there just to watch. Like, how cool would it be to see the show be made?
yeah.
It's super
That's true.
freaking cool.
Yeah, Wayne says the two see each other frequently on set and collaborate to ensure that his movements would be seamless between the two of them. So he's definitely wears the armor sometimes. Yeah, there's this whole extended conversation where they're talking about like the different types of movements and how they would portray stuff or whatever. So like, there's definitely intent behind the way that he moves to portray.
It's so cool. It's done really, really, really well.
Yeah.
When he found Grogu's shifter knob toy.
Yeah, see,
So-
okay, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, do you think that's a smoking gun?
Well, I think
Like-
he's gonna use the Force and smack Gideon in the nose.
Because,
with
like,
it.
in the very beginning, he was making Grogu, like, pull it to him and stuff like that. And then at the very end, he picks it out of the rubble and pockets it.
I mean,
So-
I bet you it's absolutely gonna come back. What if like Baby Yoda's captured, or Grogu, and like Mandalorian rolls it in, Baby Yoda sees it, and he knows it's about to go down.
There's
I
be
can see
something.
it.
It's got to be something.
Yeah, it's going to be used for something of some type. It's the Chekhov's gun is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Where it's like if you see something, it has to be used.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like if you put a lens on it and make it look like it's important, if you don't use it, that's considered bad filmmaking.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's definitely going to come back in the same way like that stupid spear.
Yeah.
Not that I think it's that stupid, but it's like a spear versus a lightsaber or whatever. But,
Right.
Isn't Mando between the Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens? I thought.
Yes.
Uh,
But
I
not
thought
by
I remember
that
there were
much.
Dark Troopers in Force Awakens that had some powers. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think that's the first time we saw Dark Troopers. I want to say there's absolutely Death Troopers in Rogue One, 100%.
But those are actual
Those are people.
Didn't we see Death Troopers in the end of Mando? Season 1?
Yes,
Yep,
with Moff
Yeah.
Gideon.
that's
Yeah.
right.
I was like, we've seen them besides Rogue One.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so when they see the Star Destroyer at the end of the episode, they're like the Empire's back or whatever. It's like the Star Destroyers still exist. It's like
Yeah.
just because they lost in the war doesn't mean that automatically all their battleships are destroyed.
Right.
So it's like I don't see why seeing a single Imperial Star Destroyer makes you think that the Empire has returned.
Well, I know, like, in the Aftermath books, they happen after
There's tons of Star Destroyers.
Return
left.
of the Jedi.
There's a huge battle of Jakku that I mean.
Alphabet Squadron
Yeah.
takes place after. It's kind of like they're going through now and trying to just pick off the rest of the Empire. But the Empire has quite the presence in the galaxy still.
Admiral Ray Sloan
After.
gets all of the kids and everything, and then she goes out into deep space. And then, if you really want to get fancy, Thrawn specifically knows how to navigate the outside of the outer
Through
rim.
the outer rim.
Through the outer rim space. Like, that's no go.
Because that's
and
where the Chiss are
The Chiss
from.
are way out. They're like in a different galaxy.
Yep.
And so he
Interesting.
knows how to navigate in and out. So he helps the Emperor with that information, and that gets stored in the databanks. And then Ray Sloan uses that to take the Empire away to restart, to build the First Order. Mm-hmm. So,
Interesting.
yep.
Yeah.
Gabe says, I just have to give Boba a paint job. His
I don't
armor's
know.
pretty crusty.
I was gonna say his armor looks pretty sick. Like you can tell that's been through some shiznits.
Carol
you
likes
know?
weathered
Like,
stuff.
I do. It looks cool.
Yep, your face is pretty weathered.
It is weathered. Wrinkly and weathered.
Any other things about it? It was a short episode.
It was a short
was.
episode.
But I mean,
Um,
from the get go, like I know
James says
even
he's might be thinking of Shadow Troopers.
Yes.
I was gonna say from the get go, even you guys were like 5 minutes in. It was like, this episode's already awesome.
It is so good.
Yeah,
I did not expect
turned on
Slave-
and just went insane for 35 minutes and then shut
Yeah.
off.
And like I said, the Slave One is as like important in Star Wars as the Millennium Falcon.
When
Like,
I saw that sucker
that
fly
just-
onto the screen, it was like, yes. You know, like I was so excited.
It's an old
Slave
friend.
One,
Yeah, I was trying to mitigate expectation. Like, oh, it could be a different Fire Spray 31.
I
It
know
could
Chris
be,
is like,
like it's not the only ship that is designed like
know,
that, but
yeah.
of
But
course
why?
it has to be.
Like, why would they bring that specific ship in? They're not going to bring another Corellian. What's
Light freighter,
YT
Light-
1000.
Yeah, they're not going to bring another one of those and then be like, I'm just kidding, it's not the Falcon. You know, like
yeah.
if they're gonna bring a ship that looks
Yeah,
like
but then they
Slave
did the
One in,
switcheroo with Ray killing Chewie.
And I was gonna say that it's like they've done the ship switcheroo before.
but they showed multiples of those ships. It's not like it was one special ship.
Oh, yeah,
What would it
also,
be like to
the
see
ship
Slave
coming in, and then
One?
all of a sudden you see another one coming right behind it. You'd be like, you'd probably lose your
Whoa!
mind.
Yeah, you would.
No,
You
I
totally
know,
would.
but I knew it was Slave One. I knew that was Slave One coming straight, and I was
The only
like,
reason I would say it was Slave One is because episode 1 they showed Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I would say that for sure.
that was so good.
I'd say you can send the lights back to blue. We'll pull the plug on the Mandalorian spoilers and talk for now. Oh, that was fast. That was really, really
My
fast.
phone was unlocked. All I had to do was touch the thing.
I like it. So
And we did say we changed to green, so I mean,
Well,
does that matter?
no, now we're back.
I mean-
No, blue is normal operating.
Oh, you go like this.
Okay, we're green. Nope, we're not green.
We're dropping a few frames, but we haven't dropped a crap ton tonight.
That's good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, we've lost 750 frames, or 0.4% of our streams.
Oh.
Not bad.
Compared to what was it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where it was just like
it must have been
75%.
unwatchable. I feel so bad. We try and deliver a consistently good product to people so that they can just nerd out about stuff that's awesome for like 90 minutes on a Saturday night.
Yep.
And then it's just like Darksaber.
So bad. So before we go, Gabe, if you're still there, I want to know what games are you planning on streaming? Let me know.
Yep.
Type in the comments. I do want to know.
Do you still play Destiny? I want to know.
Are you playing? I know the one game you guys. It's the free version of Apex Legends. I know some of you guys play Apex Legends. I know some of you guys play Call of Duty. And then Cyberpunk comes out. Is anybody playing Cyberpunk?
Oh yeah, that one's coming out in 6 days.
Did you guys beat Assassin's Creed? Let me know. I have to know.
Was it Fable 3 that let you have multiplayer?
I mean, I don't know, but Fable 1 was the best.
So actually, I thought about this like maybe about a month ago. So do you remember that you got paid rent in Fable 3 in real time?
Yes.
So it's like as long as the clock would update, it would pay you what you would have gotten. So I was like, do you still have that Xbox?
I don't believe I have an Xbox with that game save on there. Like if I turn it on right now,
Yeah, to see how much money you would have earned in the last like 15 years of collecting rent in that
it would have
game.
been pretty sick.
Which Xbox would it have been?
That would have been the Xbox 360.
Yeah, but I've switched 360 so many dang times.
You still have
Because I have the style with the RROD, but then I switched all those up to the slim 360s.
you have the Halo one still.
Yeah, but I mean,
We sold one. No, we sold a PlayStation.
I've got so many.
Well, James brings up an interesting point. I was aiming at the other one. Wasn't that something that Han said when he was shooting at the Sarlacc pit?
Han was blind during that point
I can't remember.
from the carbon freeze blindness or whatever.
I know he pokes him in the back in the jetpack.
But like when he's like, so specifically like Lando's getting tentacled and he's
Yep.
like trying to shoot at the.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's something he says or not.
It does. Maybe.
Seems familiar-ish.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh, but so the reason I bring this up is like you're talking about like all these multiplayer games, right? And it's
Yeah.
like Fable showed the way of how you can play a single player like role playing fantasy game and add a multiplayer element to it.
Right.
Like you don't actually get like a real character, you get like a stand-in character that has like your stats and stuff.
Yep.
And then you get to bring your rewards back to your actual character when you switch back to playing solo.
You're right. I remember that now.
That was so freaking sick. And it's like why can't we have like Elder Scrolls 6 have some sort of multiplayer like that? It's like sometimes it's just fun to run around in your friend's world and screw stuff up.
what games are like that? That's kind of how SnowRunner is. When you help your friends, you're in their map, and then when you go back to yours, you just get the money that they earned on their jobs. You get that money, but then it didn't progress your story, so you can still play your story.
Yeah, exactly. Because Fable wouldn't progress your story either.
Yeah, you would just.
Whereas like Borderlands or something like that, you could literally story skip people to the end of the game in 10 minutes.
Yes, exactly. Which you don't always want to do.
Yeah, or like Diablo is the same type of thing. You can
Yeah.
just go. You're done with the story.
Yeah, your friends get on, they power level you.
But yeah, man, fun game. Any idea why they haven't made another Fable game since 3?
That's coming. There's another one coming out, I think.
Sick.
They're gonna do it for Game Pass. So Xbox has like Sea of Thieves, and their Gears of War is now kind of like a Game Pass game. Crackdown is another one. So I think
The original Crackdown was really fun.
the third one is great for free on Game Pass. It's really cool. Super fun. I love collecting the nodes and like how high you can jump. It's kind of like a Spider-Man game, kind of. Did Gabe write us? There's a couple comments.
Oh yeah, we got a couple. Gabe says I do play Destiny, but mostly I'll stream Cyberpunk after
Yes.
I beat it. I have one mission left on Valhalla, and then I'm going to rotate games weekly on. Most game streamers play the same game. I want to try bringing different titles. That's true. It seems like there are people that just like all they do is just stream
Fortnite.
Yeah, or whatever. So it's like
PUBG.
there was a once upon a time where I was like thought that I was going to be a streamer. Granted, we're streaming now, right? And I stream me playing Magic, so it's not like I'm not a streamer. But I thought it's like that would be my thing, is like just me playing video games and goofing off.
If you ever played Destiny, I'm sure Jeremy and I would be happy to play Destiny with you.
Gabe says we need to play Destiny on PC. I don't know if it has crossplay because I have a mean warlock.
It's coming, and we need a warlock. Kara's a hunter, and I'm a titan. I punch stuff with my head.
Hunter Master Race.
No,
Yes,
Titan Master Race.
Hunter
Clearly, the
Master
people who've never
Race.
played the game is the best.
Although when I first started playing Destiny, I did start out as Warlock.
Yes. She had the transversive steps, which were a great perk. Chris, they're boots, and when you walk over ammo, it just puts it into your clip, your magazine.
Nice.
So you don't have to reload ever.
Now I use Bones of EO.
Yeah, Bones of Eos. Eos.
Yeah. Brad says I'm excited for Cyberpunk 2077. Welcome back.
The color's
The
back.
light tricks worked.
Only 6 more days.
But yeah, Cyberpunk is so close.
If they don't push it off again.
You are not allowed to go into labor on the 10th.
What day is the 10th?
Thursday.
Thursday? No, Thursday's fine. She'll be back for Saturday for the
Nah.
podcast.
You guys are funny. I want him to come after Monday. Monday I've got a hair appointment. Gotta get the
It's
hair
going to happen on
appointment.
Sunday. Or it's going to be Monday. What time's your hair appointment?
10.
It's going to be at
9 a.m.
9:45 a.m. You'll be on your way to the thing, and you'll be like, "You're staying in there. I'm good."
I mean, as long as there aren't 5 contractions in 1 hour that last 1 minute each, I'm good.
She'll be like sitting there, oh, hurry up. It just reminds me of that song. She'll walk out and she'll be like, get your hair done. Feeling good as hell.
Okay, what
gosh.
celebrity was it? There was some celebrity recently that went into labor, and like before she went and delivered the baby, she got a pedicure done, she got a manicure done, she got waxed. I mean, she went and she did all the things before she went to the hospital.
That's hilarious.
I think that's so funny. If she can do that, I can get my hair done. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe she has a way higher pain threshold than you, even though you are married to Jeremy. Gabe says, I can't wait to see Johnny Silverhand.
I know.
Is that something from Cyberpunk? Okay.
I'm assuming, is that Keanu Reeves' character? I'm assuming that's what it is. Keanu Reeves is in it, Chris.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I still need to see John Wick's Chapter 2 and 3.
You haven't seen 2 or 3 yet? Totally
No, I've
good.
seen one a bunch of times, though, and it's amazing.
It's so good.
I mean,
You'll
I
really
feel like
it.
John Wick is the movie that throughout the sequels, they're still good.
Nice.
Like, you know, you see, like, sometimes 1 is great, 2 sucks, 3 is even worse.
Like The Matrix?
Yeah, yes.
Another Keanu Reeves property.
Yes.
John Wick is good. It's
Okay,
it's a
cool.
solid series. I love it.
Like The
Sweet.
Hobbit. I'm just kidding.
Ooh, The Hobbit was kind of not the
That's
It
what I'm
greatest.
didn't
saying,
need
the
to be
one-
3 movies.
No, that's what I was saying, the 1, 2, and 3. But I mean, 3 is good, but yes, it didn't need to be 3 movies. That's the style
I
that
mean,
was.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm
Oh,
excited.
well, we got to go listener mail plug. We haven't done one of those yet.
If you want to send us an email, you can send us an email at contact@riseofthepodcast.com.
Tell us any type of stories you want to share on here. If you want to heap praise or scorn upon one of us for something we may have said or done. Or if there's something about Star Wars that you want us to take a deeper dive into. Or if there's another topic about something else that's nerdy that we want to talk about. We cover all those things.
And then,
Send us an
Brad,
email.
you have to go check out Vader's Throne Room Lego build on Brickable. Brick, I-B-L-E, Brickable. It's really funny. Chris finished it. It's really good. It's right up your alley if you haven't seen it. If you miss Lego builds, Kara totally rips me apart twice, and there's some fun camera moves.
Dang
and
right I do.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. I highly recommend it. Actually, Joshy loved it.
Yeah.
Joshy freaking loved that one. That was so cool.
James says the little one will be born the day you get Baby Yoda in the Advent calendar.
That would be hilarious.
That'll probably be the 24th. So if he comes late, I will be very salty.
On the 24th is a Thursday again. That's fine because we'll still be ready for Saturday for the podcast.
Well, and Josh wants us to have him on the 10th.
Everybody has been throwing out dates. Post your day. Pick a day between now and the 1st of January. Pick a day. Type it in chat right now. We will reference this video. Whoever picks the day that he is born, we will get a prize.
Merch.
Yeah.
We'll get you a prize.
I'm going to say tomorrow just because I won't care to be ready for the podcast on Saturday.
I might take a week or two off.
Well, dang then.
I'll be here. We'll have Derek on.
Okay.
We'll do what we did with Jeremy when he was down in Georgia. Georgia. Not Georgia. Louisiana.
Have you phoned? That was back when I was actually editing the podcast, though, so I could like splice it in. I don't know how we would do that this way.
We'll get vocal for 2 weeks.
You get vocal?
Right.
Boo.
I'll stay at home with
But you
Bean.
can at least figure out how to record her audio coming in. That's something you can do.
Yeah.
We can back up, record it on a audio recorder.
Yeah.
But
lab mic.
I'm not leaving a 5-day-old with any of the in-laws or my parents.
Brad says, have you decided on the name yet?
Yes, we
have.
have. And it's a secret.
And no, it's not Star Wars.
I'll email you, Brad.
No, you are not telling anyone.
Why can't Brad know?
Everybody's going to find out on the podcast.
What's the point of being a number one fan if you don't get any insider info? There's got to be
I was
a
the number one
payment.
fan.
Not over Brad.
Oh, damn.
You work here.
What about Gabe?
Gabe's a number 1.5 fan.
Oh, Gabe, are you going to accept that level of shade from Jeremy? I think you should unsubscribe.
The only
right
reason
now.
why Gabe is just that Gabe found us in May and Brad's been with us since the start.
That's true.
But Gabe has not missed a podcast since May.
This is
Are you sure?
Well, he maybe have one, but we'll never hold that against
Have we
him.
missed a podcast since May?
Probably. Probably.
I think we've been pretty steady with the podcast.
Yeah, Gabe says he'll fill in for Kara.
Hey, that'd be great.
Just gotta. One of my friends was just down in Puerto Rico. Did I say that last time?
I think you did.
Did I?
I don't recall.
I don't know. She got engaged down there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, take us out.
Okay, let's hope this button works. Hey, I think that it's playing. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Throw the like on us if it's something that you're into.
2020 style.
Comment down below with what your Mount Rushmore of fictional weapons would be. Subscribe if you're not already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time we upload a video or go live. We promise it's fun interacting with us when we're live. It's a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course,
May the force be with you.